Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Scarred by Leo Burke. This seems to be a third-person over-the-shoulder exploration game and it's primarily a story conveyance method style game, so we're going to be walking our way through a narrative. We happen to control this little character here who seems to be some sort of like fuzzy bear or bunny rabbit or something, I'm not really sure. But with a very, very strange style of control mechanism here. We were launched straight into the game upon starting it up. And the controls are going to be either WASD or arrow keys. Either one seems to work just fine, but the camera seems to move around very oddly depending on how you do things. So if we look in whatever direction we look in, it's going to take a moment and then the camera will just rotate back around. And our character seems to be completely flat. So we've got a two-sided character, and they didn't really want to attempt the going for like multiple directions. Sort of like a Paper Mario style. I guess this is more like a Paper Mario style instead of what they usually do with sprite-based characters where you can't really tell that they're turning. So it's sort of an interesting, different perspective on it. Alright, so we're going to talk to all these people, and I don't think they're too happy to have me around for whatever reason. Don't look at me, go away, leave me alone. Go away, ugly kid. Just go home for the day. Wow, what was I doing here that was causing so much grief? So you were just hanging out in this little fenced-in area. Alright, I guess I'll just sulk away. So it's a game about apparently being scarred, and I can kind of see why. We're going to wander around through a very abstract-looking little town here. Everything seems to have, well, maybe abstract isn't the right word, more surreal, but you know, there is some abstract art going on all the fences. And I can jump, by the way, with spacebar, and I believe I can sort of almost rotate in the air if I... No, I can't. It actually seems to maintain momentum, though, from wherever you jumped from as you start moving. I'm sure you don't want me to just wander back and forth 100 times, so we will continue moving down this road here with a whole bunch of identical houses with a very strange texture on them. The ground and the hills beyond the general area we seem to be boxed into have this repeating, I don't know, almost looks like a couple of letters mashed together, like CK or something. I'm not really sure I know what's going on back there, but you can see the hills beyond the fence, and they seem to have something on them. As well as, you know, the floor that's all around us in every direction. Alright, so there seems to be a ramp right here. I assume we're supposed to go over that and slowly fall off the other side. Is there anything worth seeing over in these corners? I'm going to check for. Doesn't appear to be so. And then we have the option of either going all the way down this alleyway or continuing over fences. I kind of want to see what's down here. As much as this may be frustrating if it turns out that there's nothing. Hopefully the developer went and put another fence hopping mechanism down here or something. It appeared like I started to go a lot faster all of a sudden. I'm not sure why. There's no sprint button as far as I can tell. And I am trying all like the default Unity controls. Oh, I think if you just run in the same direction long enough, your character starts to go a bit faster. So good to know. Oh, what's this? A little cubby hole or something? Or is this just overlapping weird geometry going on? Alright, fair enough. Definitely some odd things that seem to happen with the camera as you turn around. You may notice there are actually a couple of little transparency holes on the character's sprite where the shading actually just didn't get filled in. I'm going to guess it's probably because it was being drawn white on white or something, and maybe just couldn't see a couple of holes. That's why you got to use, make sure you put a colored background or, put something underneath so you can see if there's any holes. Also, little bits of, like, ear hanging off into the air if you catch it in just the right angle. See if I can put it up against a white surface. You can kind of see it off the left ear if I can stay still for 5 seconds. Everywhere I turn, it seems like it wants to change position. Oh well. You'll have to take my word for it. There's a little bit of a black speck hanging off. So we can go down another alleyway here, or another street rather, and see if there's another ramp or anything all the way at the end. All these houses seem to be pretty inconsequential, but they do have speckled polka-dotted roofs, which may or may not be a good thing. We did get a chance to look past the fence there because of the camera collision. Let's see, can we... Oh yeah, it's just infinite hills off into the distance, covered with this pattern on them. So it does appear that we're going to have to take this ramp, which is back in this direction, and then we're going to head over to the next alleyway. Hopefully something will start to change up at this point. A little difficult to make my way up some of these ramps if you don't have... Oh, okay, we can fall off of this. I'm not sure I want to, though. It's in this direction. Another ramp. Pretty sure we're just supposed to stay on here and walk all the way across, walk the plank, so to speak. What's going on at the end of these roads? Anything? Oh, okay, we've got like a broken, messed up house over here. Is this another ramp, or do we have to, like, go in this one or something? Oh, maybe we can just go around it. Yep, looks like we can get around all of that stuff. And is there anybody else worth talking to around here is what I'm checking for. It's a pretty empty town. Everybody's all gathered in that one little fenced-in area where they want me to leave. They've sentenced me to isolation, evidently, in this very homogenous-looking town. I'm sort of starting to wonder, like, the implications of the game being called Scarred, and, like, what's going on with the art in this game versus, like, also where, like, the environment. Oh, okay, there's a house in here. I'm gonna guess we're supposed to go inside. Oh, all you do is drink? Can I wander the hills? Can I explore the hillsides? Can I... Oh, yeah, it looks like I can. There's actually some water. Oh, alright, I've fallen in the water. I guess I can go for a swim. I think I was supposed to go through the house. I chose not to do that for some reason. Let's go back in. It's just my style. I always just do the opposite of whatever the game says. Don't talk to me that way. All you do is... Who are these people that are telling me this? They seem very upset. Alright, let's go out here. So our character's obviously very mentally beaten down at this point. Wants to go for a swim. Oh, there's some blood leaking off my head. I'm not sure why. Oh, maybe I got beat up or something when I was in there? It's pretty sad. Looks even more upset than last time. What does it say? Don't stare. Definitely don't do white on white if you're going for text floating in the air like that, or at least put like a black background behind the text or something so you can see it, or put black outlines if that's an option, because yeah, I can't really see what's going on here. Anyway, let's keep moving. I'm pretty sure there's another room for me to go explore over here on the right. Oh, can I talk to them? I think I can. You're weird. Poor guy. I don't understand. I thought this was supposed to be like maybe it's a child or something going to school and getting picked on, but then now it seems more like, you know, all you do is drink. I don't know if that was even directed at my character or what, but it seems like we're making implications about the age then. So I doubt there's a kid in high school just getting yelled at by his parents saying all you do is drink. I mean, maybe that does happen actually, but it's a little bit of a different situation than if you frame it like that. Can I go down into these huge doors with the huge pause button on them? No. Okay. Interesting that there's a jumping mechanic too. I kind of wonder a little bit about that, and I also wonder what this environment is supposed to be. It really does seem like lockers or something, but they go on so far. And seems to be nothing else going on. It's a very sparsely populated world. And is it intentionally sparse just to give us a feeling of isolation? It may be. Also, the fact that everything's monochrome. Definitely, you know, there's no color in this world. Everything is depressing. It's bleak. It's sort of like one of those infomercials. You know, before they introduce the product that will make your life easier, they always show you how bad your life is, and everything's in black and white. What's going on down here? Is there another disenfranchised character? Just leave me alone, okay? Maybe this is me in the future. Maybe I don't want to leave you alone. Maybe we need to talk. Oh. Behind this character, though, there is a bright green bear outline, evidently. Alright, I'll leave you alone, because you're a bright green bear. I don't know what's going on there. And back off into this distance, I saw there was a little bit of a clipping thing, and it looked like I could see the ocean beyond the door. Is it a double tap to run? It might actually just be that you tap forward twice. Anyway, I'm still sort of figuring this out as we go. No, okay, it's not. Just gotta hold it for long enough. I should mention this game is totally free. I think I've said already it's a Unity game, but in case you missed that. So you will be able to go download this and try it yourself if you have, you know, curiosity about it, or if you wanted to explore it in a way that I did not. Looks like we're approaching a large open room full of other characters. Let's see what they have to say about our situation. I kind of have an idea what might happen as we get down here, but we'll see if that's correct. Whoa, this is a big old room. If you want to pass the class, you need to do one dive off the board. There's a whole lot of NPCs in this room. Alright, so I guess I gotta make my way up that big old ramp. Everybody's hanging out, being cartoon characters together. It's kind of a unique art style, actually. I mean, even though everything's super flat and the textures are pretty, you know, I don't want to say bland, but like they're not really the most well considered, I guess, out of everything I've ever seen. But there is something to be said for the fact that they are somewhat cohesive between each other. I'm not sure I understand the scribbles and the stretch circles, but it is what it is. Alright, so supposed to get up in front of everyone and do a dive off this big old diving board into the pool. And what happens then? I'm feeling pretty scared about that. Can I go down the other side of the diving board? It looks like... Oh, no, that's just how I got back up. Alright, let's do it. Oh! I got all covered in blood on my way down. Am I grown? Yeah, I'm grown up now, I guess. I'm not in school anymore. Maybe it was the parents that were always drinking. Have you submitted your report yet? Is all they're saying in our cubicle hell? Oh yeah, there's definitely a dystopian feeling about this. The fact that things keep repeating off into the distance like that, and it's a repeating theme, actually. And then all the NPCs look the same. Nothing has much distinctive character to it. It's all very redundant. Definitely gives you this feeling that you're getting a little bit stir-crazy, which does actually accentuate the topic of the game pretty well. So let's head down here to this desk. Haven't been performing to standards, so even in adult life, we're getting knocked around, and it looks like we've fallen into another pool. And you're like this too? What's going on? I guess we're scarred. Alright, so the final statement of the game is that we're not really going beyond the scarred concept. We were just sort of illustrating the process with which this character became scarred. Of course, I did have to restart the game there because, it seems to be the never-ending trope that, a lot of times when a game finishes up, it seems to just drop you off at the desktop. I always like to encourage developers to at least give a prompt before that happens. It does really, well, at least for me, doing the YouTube side of things, it really does, help. Just in the fact that I know, I'm going to anticipate that the game window will no longer exist in a moment. But for the end user, for the most part, probably isn't a huge deal. There also, there aren't any menus. There isn't really anything to do with customization or options. And there actually isn't any sound or music either, which I at first thought it was an sort of like an accidental omission, or it wasn't finished, or maybe that was something that was still being worked on, and I sort of now I'm wondering if maybe that was an intentional thing, just in the fact that it seems like it, could work with the concept that everything is so lonely. The moments like you're walking through the school, you see that other character, sitting on the floor, and I still wonder what's up with the green bear on the other side. Actually, it's probably just a masking thing. They probably just had a sprite that had one side configured and the other side wasn't. But it's just sort of an interesting decision to make a game with no sound or music, and I don't know, it seems like that could potentially have played to the strengths of the concept. It's super basic, the game is not really the most fleshed out thing I've ever played, but at the same time there is something interesting to it, and I'd love to see some more of this developer's work in the future. Oh, I keep thinking I'm seeing something far off in the distance shifting, but it's just that little dot of black under the character's ear. And it is also kind of incredible to me how little in terms of assets you can make a game out of. I mean, granted, there were a whole bunch of characters drawn and stuff, but as far as like the textures go, a lot of these are just little, doodles you could make in MS Paint. And after a while, the art style actually, like I said, feels a bit cohesive, and you don't seem, well, I don't personally feel too bothered by it anyway. Granted, again, there could be different ways to approach this same solution, and not everyone might choose this way, but I actually don't really see an issue with it. I think this is definitely something that gives the game more character. So I guess with that, we will wrap up Scarred. Again, there's not a whole lot to really talk about in it. It is what it is. It's sort of just a little walkthrough experience. But I do urge you guys, feel free to go check it out on your own. The link will be in the description. Free to download if you'd like to try it out. And that is going to pretty much do it for today's episode. So if you'd like to support the series, feel free to check out more on the indie-impressions.com website. I have a link for that right in the description, so you can feel free to click right through there. I also have all of my other social media links if you want to browse through those. Oh, I kind of wanted to look around that landscape before it transported me away. But yeah, if you want to check out all my social media links, they're going to be right in there. I've got a Twitter and a Twitch page and all kinds of goodies, Facebook. And if you want to make suggestions, or if you're an indie dev and you want to send me over a build for your game, feel free to do so. I have a contact form over on the website. So with that, we will wrap things up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, as always, and remember to come back again tomorrow, because I do a new indie game every single day, without fail, and we are nearly 475 consecutive days strong. So, leave any support you can, comment, let me know what you think about this game, what would you do differently, what you liked, what you didn't like, and of course any likes are always appreciated as well, but that's only if you think I deserve them. So that is going to do it for the, fourth time, so have a lovely night, guys, and I'll talk to you later.